haircut and get a real job.
What's up, y'all? Show Master Lee.
And Lou.
All right, today we're going to check out some more George Thorogood, who I know you don't know who he is, but he had that one big song. In fact, that's the only song I know, Bad to the Bone, bad, right?
Is that how it sounds?
Yeah, that's how it sounds, baby. Trust me, it's how it sounds.
You're making it up.
It's almost like the classic anthem for someone who rides a Harley. I can do.
I can see why you like it, because you like to be on a bike.
The bike I ride is not quite the same, baby. I ride an electric scooter. It's not quite the same level of coolness, but nonetheless, I did wish I have a Harley. This one, haircut, get a haircut. Why does he have to say about getting a haircut?
Bone and then haircut. What is this?
Back in the day, right, you want to be bad to the bone, you want to act like a tough guy, but if it was your dad, he would tell you, stop being a slacker, right, cut your hair, right, get a job type of thing. All right, check it out, y'all. By the way, want to hear some more cool reactions, make sure you subscribe.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show, only for my fans.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on with them?
I know.
I was a rebel from the day I left school. Grew my hair long and broke all the rules. I'd sit and listen to my records all day, with big ambitions of when I could play. My parents taught me what life was about, so I grew up the type they warned me about. They said my friends were just an unruly mob, and I should get a haircut and get a real job.
I told you about getting a job, right? He literally wrote a song about it. I love this song already. The whole vibe, the rock. Oh man, I've not heard this song before.
Like
and the animation is great.
Yes.
I wish it was high res. They should totally remake this. The style and everything. It's so awesome.
Get a haircut and get a real job. Clean your act up and don't be a slob. Get it together like your big brother Bob. Why don't you get a haircut and get a real job? I even tried that 9 to 5 scene. I told myself that it was all a bad dream.
Woo!
I found a band and some good songs to play. Now I party all night, I sleep all day. I met this chick, she was my #1 fan. She took me home to meet her mommy and dad. They took one look at me and said, oh my God, get a haircut and get a real job. Get a haircut and get a real job. Clean your act up and don't be a slob. Get it together like your big brother Bob. Why don't you get a haircut and get a real job? Get a real job. Why don't you get a real job? Get a real job. Why don't you get a real
That's Elvis.
I hit the big time with my rock and roll band. The future's brighter now than I'd ever planned. I'm 10 times richer than my big brother Bob, but he's got a haircut and he's got a real job. Get a haircut and get a real job. Clean your act up and don't be a slob. Get it together like your big brother Bob. Why don't you get a haircut and get a real job? Get a real job. Why don't you get a real job? Get a real job. Why don't you get a
This is fun.
I love this song.
It.
Love
It's
it.
such a fun song.
I feel like it's even better than Bad to the Bone because it's got such a catchy beat. And and a fun message.
You gotta send this to someone who is needing this.
Pretty much every teenager at that age, 17 years old, where they're like, I don't want to do life. I don't want to go to college. I'm gonna like get this. Get a real job. Clean up your act. That's it.
Don't be a slob.
Guys will always be a slob. You can't fix that. And then you're always being compared to your older brother who's got his shit together, right? It's always the second born. Someone should absolutely take that animation. They should totally redo it, right, with today's fancier style, and because it's really cool. And I think it actually is still a very relevant message. It will always be relevant because there'll always be 17-year-olds. Yeah. Right? It's still the same thing. Like, I feel like after all these years, no one's ever listened to the song and took the lesson to heart. You still got people.
It is very catchy too, so they can remember this. Keep playing this every morning.
At some point, you're going to go, okay, you know what? George Thorogood's on to something. I got to clean up my act. Right? Gosh. Totally. My new favorite George song. Man, Southern rock, with the way they do guitar, it's such a wonderful kind of sound. It just feels so
rock and roll.
There's a rawness to it. Listen, you can hear guitar. We hear guitar all sorts of kind of music, right? Finger style, like classical style too, with a different kind, like any kind of instrument you pluck type of thing, right? But the way they make that sound here, it does sound like it's like a 17-year-old trying to figure out how to play a sound. There's a rawness to that, right? A little bit unfettered, a little bit unkempt, if you will.